Blocks. Yeah, very nice, and also pretty big total. Tell us a little bit about the pitch itself, because it's such a good batting pitch. So a lot of importance to be given to your bowlers, how they bowl on this kind of a surface.
Look, I think early wickets early on is going to be a massive thing for us. I think because of the dew factor here, the ball in the previous game was quite difficult to bowl with as a spinners. But if you bowled a little bit slower as a spinner, if you could hold the ball, you got a little bit of turn. So you know those early wickets could put a lot of pressure on them. Look, I do think that 300 plus would have been a really good total on this wicket though.
You're feeling better to defend this kind of a total?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's obviously always nice when you've got runs on the board, so, you know, it gives your bowlers something to bowl to, but, you know, those half chances and stuff are going to have to be taken in this game in order to win.
All right, thanks a lot for talking to us, and have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was Sean Williams, and let's go back to Alistair.
Thank you very much. I tell you, very delighted, Sean Williams, and he's played superbly well for Zimbabwe of late, and what's culminated in a really good 100 here in Chattogram this evening. Well, alongside me, two of guests, Ed Rainsford, everyone knows who Ed is, and Neil McKenzie, the white ball specialist batting coach for Bangladesh. How are you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, I've been really good. I think it's been a good series, and obviously nice to be involved with the Bangladesh. We've got a lot of talent coming through, and obviously with the 2 games wrapped up, just showcasing our whole squad.
What do you make of that score, Edward?
I'm thinking maybe 30 short because of the way that Brendan Taylor and Sean Williams were bossing the game with the bat, and I think that maybe that poor decision, that poor option to go across the line with that particular delivery, reaching for one, has probably just set Zimbabwe 30 runs short of what could be a very challenging total on here, because if you get 320 here, you've got to get on with it. There's no sort of resting on your laurels and trying to push the game deep. You've got to get a good partnership at a good rate going throughout the innings. So for me, I feel maybe 30 runs short, but again, they've got runs on the board. That'll put some sort of pressure, and Mackie will know what sort of runs on the board does to a team batting or chasing.
Okay, we'll discuss that a bit further a little later. Let's look at the highlights of this particular Zimbabwe innings and see how they went. It was a horror start for them. Sifa Shwao smearing one across the line, missing it all ends up, and he was castled. And then Hamilton Masakadze trying to force one away on the offside inside edge, and that also cannoned onto the stumps, and they were 2 down for nothing really. And then Sean Williams and Brendan Taylor to the crease, and they were able to cement things for the Zimbabweans. This was the one chance for Brendan Taylor, up with an inside edge onto the pad, and just not able to make the grab. But then after that, he displayed what he's really capable of. Was really good, straight down the ground, full face of the bat, and wasn't afraid to play the horizontal bat shots as well, not only to the seamers but spinners as well. This was a free hit with the no ball of Mushrafi Murtaza, and followed that up straight away with a clip over square leg. Excellent stuff, and then this brought up his 50, and a really good innings under pressure again for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I think what he did really well here is that he came in, obviously the mentality when he came in had to change. Same as Sean Williams, 6'2", inside 5 overs. Your application is almost as if you're an opener. You've got to set a foundation. And I mean, Mackie, you would have seen them in the change room. You've been watching the monitors and how they went about their business.
Yeah, really, really good. I enjoyed, I mean, we always talk about soft boundary options, and there weren't too many on show there. So they definitely had to take it to the bowlers, some good slug sweeps, good blades down the ground. And I think somehow he'd be looking at this thinking he's probably left 100 behind in one of these 2 games, just on how he's batting and the nature of the pitch.
And the way Sean Williams also went about his work, he sort of just told himself that he has to bat the 50 overs, take the game as deep as possible, and it showed. He just got 100 without trying too much. There wasn't a great deal of risk. There were some chances there that sort of went past the off stump, and some went inside back and pad. And then Bangladesh sort of started fighting back, and it just needed someone to add that impetus, that maybe that 150-run strike rate. And this was a good moment for him, his second ODI 100. And I mean, it's not as if he was tested that much, and this is the sort of pitch and the conditions that will be presented here.
I think he deflected really, really well, used the wicket, used the pace, took some good options. Obviously, he likes to go square with that sort of reverse sweep, which he hit to really good effect. And then played some gems in the end, you know, some quality. And I just like the way he looks at space, you know. He looks at space, tries and goes into the space instead of taking on the big boundary rider. So a smart sort of innings put together, and a good one for Zimbabwe. Getting it, I think, you know, on this sort of deck, that 300 mark is probably par, but there isn't as much dew as there was the other night, which is good news for Zimbabwean scores.
Okay.